Hey guys, this is Susie. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. In today's episode, I want to talk about Neville Goddard's technique of manifesting by using the words, "it is done." "It is done" is a very simple technique, but it is extremely powerful and extremely effective. When you're manifesting by the phrase, "it is done," you're not looking for it. You're not waiting for it. You're not wondering when it's going to show up, where it's going to show up, how it's going to show up. You physically, honestly know it is done. And if it's done, you have it. And if you have it, you're living in the state of the wish fulfilled. You're feeling it real. And you're not literally looking out the window, wondering, because there's no longer any resistance. When we're manifesting, we have so much resistance sometimes to the things that we're creating that we're in the wait and see mode. I live in Missouri, and it is called the show me state. So when we're manifesting, we're living in the state of show me. Show me it's done. Show me it's here. Show me what I need to do. Show me why it's working. Show me why it's not working. We're constantly focusing on things that we don't want, and as a result of focusing on those things that we don't want, we're creating. But when we twist that creation and we're thinking, why am I happily married? But if you started saying, I don't know how I'm happily married, but it's done, guess what you're going to create? You're going to create that marriage quickly, easily, and effortlessly. Remember your default state: quickly, easily, and effortlessly. You want to be in that state, especially when using "it is done." Because when you're in that default state of, I don't know how it's done, but it is, if you add any of your manifestation tips to it, techniques, I don't know how I'm happily married, but it's done. I don't know how I got my new car, but it's done. I don't know how everything's always working out for me, but it's done. When you're adding "it's done" to the front of any of your phrases, affirmations, when you're doing your imaginal scene, if you start your scene and you end it with "it is done," you're creating quickly. Because if you're constantly saying "it is done, it is done, it is done," I want to see my daughter, so I'm like, I get to see Savannah today. It's done. It's done. I saw Savannah today. Isn't it wonderful? I saw Savannah today. It's a great phrase, but that doesn't guarantee that I'm going to see her today. But if I keep saying, "it's done, I saw Savannah today. It's done, I saw Savannah today. It's done, I saw Savannah today," I guarantee you I will see my daughter. That doesn't mean I'm going to have an actual physical conversation with her, though. It means that I might get a picture text from her with her in the picture. She may be walking to her apartment and I'm standing on my balcony and I see her. It doesn't mean she comes to my apartment and I have a conversation when I say, "I see Savannah." So we need to be blatantly specific. What exactly is done? Is it done that I had an amazing text conversation? Is it done that I saw her and had an actual physical conversation with her? I need to use "it is done" completely 100% from the end of my desire. So the end of my desire, whatever that desire is, and since we picked on my daughter today, we're going to just stay with that for the example that I'm making. I want her to physically come to my apartment. I want her to sit down and I want her to have a 20-minute conversation with me. So I would say, yes, it is done. Savannah came to my apartment and we had this amazing 20-minute conversation. Do I want to say specifically what the conversation is about? Absolutely, you can. The idea is "it is done" works quickly. It is done. I got a free cup of coffee. Yes, it's done. I got a free cup of coffee. Isn't it wonderful? It's done. I got a free cup of coffee. I don't know how I got a free cup of coffee today, but it is, and it's done. The thing, any manifesting technique is a placebo. It's a technique, it's a tool, it's something you reach for and you grab out of your belt, and when you grab it out of your tool belt, you use that tool. And any tool, test it, play with it, have fun with it, because the more you play with it, the more you have fun with it, the more you're going to find out that, it is done works for free cups of coffees, it works for meals, it might work for seeing a car that you specifically want to drive by. It may work quickly when you're trying to get money quickly because you have an unexpected bill to pay. It might work great for a lot of things, but it might not work for that big thing that we put out there because, it's really big and our brain doesn't believe that we can have it yet. But honestly, one of the tools that I have been playing with is it is done. And we all know that my top three go to is thank you, isn't it wonderful, and why. I've honestly added this to my belt. And it is coming quickly one of the top ones I grasp for. Because if I start walking around saying it's done, I've had an amazing day today, then all of a sudden my day is shifting and things are just magically making my day amazing. I'm not specifically stating in that case, it's amazing because this happened, it's amazing because I got this, it's amazing because I got a wonderful parking spot when I went to go see my daughter who's at work. It's not specifically stating I got a free meal. It's not specifically stating I got a free cup of coffee. It is simply saying that if I was at the end of my day looking back, yes, it's done. I had an amazing day today. And when I'm going backwards and I'm looking at my day, then I can sit there and go, well, why was my day amazing today? Well, because I got a free cup of coffee, because I got an amazing free meal, because I got to see my daughter, because I got to have an amazing 20-minute conversation with her. I talked to an old friend. I talked to a client this morning and we revamped some of what she's doing, and she left being all wonderful and happy and with a new lease on life and a direction to go into. It's amazing because I got to watch the football game. And of course, my team's going to win. So it's amazing because my team won today. The thing is, I can sit there now and these things, except for the Saints game, has not played yet. So at the time of this conversation that I am having with you all today, every one of those actually happened, except the football game. I don't know if the Saints won yet. But if I'm going to the end of my day, of course they won. Absolutely, positively, they won, which is absolutely amazing and happy in my world. The thing is, I focus forward 100% of my day. When we are giving attention to our manifesting tools and we are going about our day, 95% of the day, what are you thinking? What are you giving attention to? Are you giving attention to the fact that everything is working out for you? Are you giving attention to why isn't it showing up yet? If you are giving attention to why it isn't showing up to, guys, change your thinking. By simply changing your thinking, you are consciously now creating. And that is all that being awake and manifesting is. It's consciously creating your dream life. So I can change my thinking, and I did it with my money problems. I stopped talking about the fact that I was struggling. I stopped talking about the fact that I was making less than $1,000 a month. I stopped talking about the fact that I had $8,000 in bills. I stopped talking about the things that I didn't want with my money, and I started asking a question. Why do I always make more than I spend? And when I started doing that, it created more money coming into my life. So instead of making less than $1,000 a month, I started making more than $1,000 a month. So then I started calling a number. Well, now I'm making $2,000 a month. Why am I always making $2,000 a month? And for some people, you're thinking $2,000. Well, if you're only making $800 a month, $2,000 is a lot of money, especially when your bills are only $800 a month. So if I was making $800 a month and my bills literally were $800 a month, I wasn't able to go out to eat. I wasn't able to go to the store and buy new clothes. I wasn't buying new makeup. I wasn't getting good shampoo to make my beautiful hair soft and fluffy. I wasn't getting to go to dinner with friends. I couldn't even afford to buy a Christmas present or a birthday present unless I planned this months ahead, and then I got lucky enough to find it on sale. So when I started asking, why am I always making more than I spend? Why am I now making $2,000 a month? All of a sudden, I started changing my thoughts that I was thinking, and I would be like, no, that thought does not serve me anymore. I don't want to talk about the fact that I'm struggling. I want to talk about the fact that I'm always making more than I spend, and I'm able to have fun and do adventurous things in my life. And adventurous things could be simply going out to dinner with your best friend. Adventurous things could be, for me, going clothes shopping, because again, maybe I need to change that with my thinking and my words. I hate shopping. I hate it. I always have. It's not something I want to fix, but my daughter makes it fun and adventurous. So if I go shopping with her, I now have the money to be able to buy a new wardrobe. I now have the money to be able to go buy better shampoo, because everybody pets my beautiful hair. Like, I have bleached hair. My daughter does bleach it. And I created this beautiful curly hair, which everybody says, can you manifest changing your looks? Absolutely. This is an act of my consciously creating with my thoughts, my thinking, my words, that I have beautiful curly hair. Beautiful curly hair. So my phrase is, why do I have soft, silky, beautiful, curly hair? That's where I started. And then I took that soft, beautiful, curly hair and I kept running with it. And I would consciously use my words. So I started getting the ability, why do I have soft, beautiful, curly hair? Now I was buying better shampoo. I was buying leave-in conditioner. I was learning tips and techniques that was coming up in my YouTube feeds that was teaching me how to take care of curly hair better. All of these things came about because I was thinking, why is it so easy to take care of my curly hair? Why is it so easy to have beautiful curly hair? Why is it easy and effortless to be able to get up in the morning, basically wash my hair and style it so that it emphasizes my curls? They say it takes a year to retrain your curls. Well, obviously, it does not. Because if it took a year to retrain my curls, we know it's been less than a year for me. I started this last summer, and I kept going and going and going. And then, well, no, I think it was 2 summers ago. But we know that for the last year, I'm constantly talking about how beautiful curly it is. Now I'm working on why is it spiral curls. So if I'm working on spiral curls, my phrases with the it's done would be, yes, it's done. I have beautiful spiral curls. We know that it's starting to get curlier because we can see it. So now I'm making it even curlier by affirming consciously it is done. So what happens? My daughter sent me a video yesterday and she said, Mom, check out this technique. So I haven't tried the technique. She read the reviews and what people said about the thing, and they're like, well, she used this tool because she didn't have a diffuser. So when you are consciously creating, all of the things that we teach are tools. all of the things that we are showing you are specific tools that can help you to create that life. Which tool works best for you, only you can determine. So many people ask, well, if I use I remember when, if I use thank you, if I use isn't it wonderful, if I use why, if I do it is done, which one is best? I can't tell you. The one that works best for you is the one that you're going to pull out of your belt first when you're trying to create. And only you can tell me what that is by testing it. Why works great for everybody, because we are spending 95% of our day questioning everything that's going on in our life anyways. So if you grab why and you ask, why is it always working out for me? Isn't it wonderful it's always working out for me? Thank you, it's always working out for me. Yes, it's done. It's always working out for me. Yes, it's working out for me. There's so many different ways it's working out for me. I don't know which one's going to work best. I know what they do for me. And I test the ones that I use and I play around with them. So this month is a new year, new decade. Everybody seems to be talking about it. And I started a couple of days ago because what is it? Today is the 5th of January. And I started on the 1st of January testing it is done. Not it's, it is done. You spread it out deliberately to emphasize the point. It is done. And when you're spreading it out to emphasize deliberately the point, there's an exclamation point on the end of it. So why are you so happy? Because it is done. And if you are trying to feel it real, just slowing down your words and actually pronouncing them can help you to feel it real. Why am I happy? Because it is done. You will feel that in your body, somewhere in your body. And you will either feel it as happy, loving, joyful energy, or you're going to be like, it's horrible. It just feels awful. And if it feels awful, you can go, why does it feel awful? And your brain is going to be forced to answer the question. If you're not getting your manifestation and you're walking around going, why am I not getting it? Try, why is it done? Because I got it. Isn't it wonderful? It's done because I got it. Yes, it's done. I got it. And see how that works for you. So do me a favor. Tell me how it works for you. Because y'all know that these techniques work if you actually physically do them. You can't walk around going, I'm going to try. Try means you're not doing it in Susie's world. Try means you are not doing it in Susie's world. Try, don't try, do it. Take one technique today and spend the next 7 days doing it. I don't care what technique it is, take one and do it. I say let's start the new decade and the new year with it is done. Because for the last year or years, you guys have been working on your manifestations. So let's say they're done. Isn't it wonderful? It's done. Thank you. It's done. Why is it done? Because I got it. And put that in with whatever you're creating. And then down below, tell me why it is done works for you. And while you're at it, tell me why what I'm sharing works for you, why you love me, why you're addicted to me. Because y'all know you are, and I know it's done. It's simple. I'm creating Changing Your Life in 10 words or less, which is drastically changing your lives for the better because you're always telling me about it. And I appreciate it, and it helps me to help you create even better lives by telling me why it's done in your life, how it's done in your life, when it's done in your life. So share your experiences with why it is done and watch so many amazing little things just come at you quickly, easily, and effortlessly. Until next time, my beautiful ducklings, have an absolutely amazing day.